Coach, congrats on your first. Hey, Coach, congrats on your first win. As you look at this, especially from that second quarter on, what can you say about your offense tonight?
I think, they made the most of their opportunities in the first half. I believe at one point they were about at 12 plays and had been pretty successful with the majority of those. We just couldn't find our way off the field as a defense. We gave up too many third down conversions. But the offense was explosive. They were clicking. Hank's doing a much better job taking what the defense gives them and spreading the ball around the field. And we were able to get some things happening pretty quick, as well as on special teams.
Given everything this team's gone through in the last year just to get on the field and last week's loss, how much did you guys need a performance like this just for confidence and momentum going forward?
Just having the week of prep we did, and what the guys put into it, what the coaches put into it, that was what was most important. So you can see, if we apply ourselves and we have a certain focus and purpose each and every day, these are the things that we're capable of doing.
But how big can a win like this be going into, especially with Oklahoma State coming in next week?
Yeah, the confidence it builds is awesome. There's plenty of things that we got to do a much better job of. So, it's an unbelievable win for the whole team, all three phases, and it gives us some confidence that we can keep building off.
Thanks, Coach.
Let's go, BJ.
Andy, 6 turnovers on defense, first time since 2013 you guys have done that. Only had 3 last year, and that was a big offseason storyline, obviously. What's that say to get 6 turnovers by the defense tonight?
Yeah, they did an unbelievable job. We were close to, getting another one there with Shea at the end. He made a really good play on that pocket movement, and just a secondary to be able to do that and to get some strips too, and to be able to finish on the ball and not compromise tackling. We do have to tackle better. We did not start very well in this game tackling. We were too high reaching. A tribute to the defensive coaches and the players. They cleaned it up as we went, and we just got to keep taking our opportunities that we get to attack the ball, take it from the other team, take it out of the air when we can.
How big was Steph Cobb's punt return? It was 3-3 at that point, obviously, and it seemed like that really got the crowd into the game and got you guys rolling.
Yeah, there's no question. I wish I knew who it was right now, but someone had a block and got a twofer, and unbelievable block that set Steph up to get around the edge, and then he turned it on from there. It was huge. It was a huge momentum shift for us there. We are able to gain a bunch of momentum and run away with it from there, and not a better night to get our first special teams touchdown on Coach Collins' birthday. So happy birthday, Coach Collins.
What'd you think of the crowd tonight?
It was awesome. Man, it was fun. Bronco Nation, we appreciate you guys for coming out and supporting us. That's what makes the experience here to be a Bronco, is to be able to go out in that stadium and have it packed the way it was, have everyone buy into the whiteout. And when you're on that field and there's that type of energy in the stadium, how loud the crowd was when the defense was on the field was awesome. That's a home field advantage now.
Let's go to Will. I'm sorry, to Jay.
Andy, to get your first win as the Boise State head coach here on the Blue, you've been a part of a lot of wins here. Where does this one rank? And did you get any souvenir maybe in the locker room to take home with you?
Yeah, Jeremiah has been instrumental. Obviously, we've for the last 9 months have, been working diligently together, and he came in there at the end and handed me a game ball, that really the whole team helped earn, all the coaches. And I handed it right to my wife and asked her to put it in our office at home, because that won't go on the shelf forever. It's pretty special. It's an unbelievable privilege to be in the position that we are. And we take great pride in it, in the way we played in all 3 phases. Again, there's plenty of things we'll continue to look at and clean up, but we're going to celebrate this win first before we start worrying about all that. And very, very proud of the way the guys played tonight and the coach's coach.
I've watched a lot of games here. You guys have had a lot of talented wide receivers. I don't know if I've ever seen a single guy, though, make as many spectacular catches in a given game than Khalil Shakir. I mean, this is going to be a theme of the season, I guess, but does he ever cease to amaze you at times?
It's something new. I mean, the one on our side, well, there's two of them on our sideline, I guess. And either one of them was, just don't see things happen like that all the time, and that's the type of, I mean, it's cliche. That's the type of player he is, but I'm telling you guys, he's an even better person. That he's the most selfless people you'll ever meet. He cares about his teammates. And he deserves all the success he gets. That's the bottom line. Now, we got to work on that ball security, though. That thing was floating around out there way too much, and he knows that. So there's still things he can work on.
One more for me for now. Talking with Tim Plow earlier this week, he said that he felt like maybe he was a little conservative at times last week, and he said that he was an aggressive play caller. What did you see out of Tim this evening and Hank's ability to take and hit on a bunch of shots? I mean, your guys' big play percentage tonight was pretty off the charts.
So if the teams are going to load in the box like they were tonight, we've got to be able to take what the defense gives us. And if, that's on the perimeter and that's matchups on the outside that we can take advantage of, then that's what we got to do. But at the same time too, we've got to be able to establish a run game. And sometimes that's going to start by us opening things up by attacking the perimeter and getting some of those guys out of the box.
Thank you, Andy. Congrats.
We'll go to Will.
Hey, Andy, what do you think of Shea Oladipo's performance tonight?
Unbelievable. So he's one of the guys that got a ton of reps, and he repped two different positions this week, given Collins' situation in the first half. I will say this, that was a really, really good performance for his first time getting a lot of playing time. And again, he was prepping this week at two different positions. Now from here, where we go, how we handle the success tonight for a young player like that is always something that, we've got to make sure that he is aware of. If we want to continue to have nights like tonight, then we got to make sure that we keep perspective and we keep growing. And he is a really physically talented player, but is a smart player as well. We're really excited about his future. He about had 3 interceptions too. I was already going the other way there at the end. I guess 2 was enough for him though.
Offense, defense, special teams. What was the most enjoyable aspect of tonight's win?
You know what? I would have to say just a combination of both. The punt return was a huge spark. It was a huge spark for us. And again, we always say special teams is a clear window of what we are as a team, because that's when everybody comes together. And to see our guys were blocking, and working together. And our coverage teams tonight, DJ Schramm had a few big plays down in there. We call them explosive plays when we pin some people back down in. So that was awesome to see that the effort sustained in all 3 phases of the game. And coming out of last week, that was, as you guys can imagine, this whole week, that was a priority and a focus for us.
Thanks, Andy.
We'll go to Rachel.
Sorry, I had to get off mute there. Jalen Skinner led you guys in tackles for the 2nd straight game. How do you see him emerging as a leader?
Yeah, Jalen's done awesome. And before this game, you could just, he was ready to go. And he said, we're going to do it tonight. This is what it's going. We're going to get after it tonight, and we're going to do it for 4 quarters, because we've practiced to do that. And, we got to put it all together tonight. You can tell by the look in his eye prior to the game that he was going to have a good game, and he did. He was flying around. I think he even popped out one of those fumbles. I don't know if he got credit for it, but he was all around the ball all night. And, he is when you're that type of an impact player, you get credibility with your teammates. And so, it's just going to be whether we could continue to be this consistent week in and week out. We had a solid week of practice last week. This week was way better. We got to keep building, and he's going to be at the forefront of that.
All right, Andy, thanks for the time. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you guys. And again, Can't say enough about Bronco Nation coming out tonight. What an unbelievable experience, and looking forward to seeing Bronco Nation next week in Albertson Stadium. Thank you guys. Have a good night.
All right, BJ, we'll go BJ, Ron, and Jay.
Khalil, how'd that feel? Big crowd tonight to have a big win on the blue.
It was amazing being out here in front of our fans again. Nothing else compares to it, we love every single one of those guys that came out and supported us today. This isn't possible without them. Last year, like I said before, we knew they were there at home supporting us, but it's just a whole different vibe when they're there, in person cheering us on. We really love them, love their support. Tonight couldn't have been done without them.
How do you, offensively, obviously, you guys were able to move the ball and put some points on the board, take advantage of the turnovers you guys were getting from the defense. How do you think you guys did on offense?
I think we did pretty good. Nice, I would say upgrade from last week. We picked it up a little bit where we slacked a lot last week, but definitely not even close to what we could be. We're still growing. We're going to grow and learn from this game. Tomorrow we're going to correct and review, the plays we did mess up, because those are important. You see the points on the board and, the good plays and all that type of stuff. But what's more important is the plays that, didn't work out and why they didn't work out. So we're going to hit that tomorrow, correct and review, and then move on.
How nice is it when you get 6 extra possessions thanks to the defense, 6 turnovers tonight?
That's insane. And those guys work it every day, the turnover battle every single day in practice. It's just like one of those things that kind of get annoying in practice, because whenever they get a takeaway, they're yelling it out loud. And we're just like, man, like another one, So it's not a big surprise they come out today and do what they do. Obviously in a game setting, they're making those plays and making those turnovers. And, that's greatly appreciated by all of those offensive guys. Those guys balled out tonight.
Thanks, man. Congrats.
So Khalil, as you guys look at the last year, everything you guys have gone through just to get on the field, and you guys had a disappointing loss last week. How much do you guys need a performance like this just in terms of confidence and momentum going forward?
It's huge. It's definitely big. This was something that, this game we all walked into that we had something to prove. We feel like we didn't reach our full potential last week, from staff down to players as one whole. Everybody takes blame in that. And we go out there today, and, every single person, from staff down to players, had something to prove. And when you got, a team that has the same mentality like that, it's hard to stop. We go out there and just do what we can, do our 111, do our jobs, and we know everything will work out and plan out the way we want it to.
You guys finished last week's game with only 7 passes of more than 15 yards. You guys had that many in the first half tonight. How much of an emphasis coming into this game was kind of hitting those big plays and kind of stealing the momentum in this game?
It's huge. It's definitely huge. It creates momentum from the jump. We go out there and do that from the jump. It gets the defense on their heels a little bit, and gets that momentum swinging our way, and just we keep rolling with it. And I think those big time plays by everybody could have been done without all the other 10 players doing their job. O-line, in my opinion, played amazing today. You see that they're out there, they're finding joy in what they do. And I love that. And when those guys ball out, it makes me happier than what I do. Hank, I feel like Hank played amazing today, and those plays don't happen without him. He's locked in, ready to go. And you could tell he attacked today with a certain mentality, that he wasn't going to be stopped. And I feel like he truly showed that today. We all still have a lot to prove though. And like I said, we're going to come in tomorrow or these next couple of days, correct and reveal and move on.
We heard all offseason about how good Steph Cobbs is going to be this year, and he really showed it tonight. What'd you see out of him tonight?
That's my boy. He's different, man. And he's been like that since he got here, and he's getting those chances, those shots, those opportunities, and he's taking advantage of every single one. He goes out there on that punt return and crips it, 81 yards or something, or 61, something like that. Man, that right there, turns me up. You see a guy out there that's been putting in the work every single day since he stepped foot on this campus, and all of it is paying off. And he's a guy that's not going to let what he did tonight get to him. He's his biggest critic. He's going to come in these next couple of days, watch what he could have done better over what he did well. And that's something that's different about him. He's a guy that's always going to give it his all. And I'm just proud of him, man.
Thanks, man.
So Khalil, Khalil, when we were talking with the coaches this week, they seem to take a lot of blame for whatever happened last week. I don't know if you guys heard that at all or anything like that, but I mean, how bad did you guys want to come out and execute the way you can tonight?
I mean, those coaches, the coaches took a lot of blame on themselves, but us as players realize that it's not only on them. They give us a plan to go out there and execute, and we have to go out there and execute it, you know. And I think even though they took, you know, a big part of that, they took it upon themselves. Us players felt that same energy within ourselves, and we took it upon ourselves to make sure that we went out there every single day this week and practiced and made sure that we practiced at an elite level, so that tonight when we came out, you know, it really showed, and that's what we did.
Can you tell us what the locker room was like at all after Avalos picked up his first win and you heard that Jeremiah Dickey presented him with a nice souvenir?
You know, it was just water flying everywhere, everybody just hyped. And, you know, that's the part when Coach Plow talks about find joy, just do your job. And, you know, at the end, it'll be in our favor. That's what he's talking about right there, those moments right there. And it was nuts, you know, and it's something that I always remember. And as Coach Nav's first win as the head coach, and he has many more to come. He's a real dude and a real genuine dude, and we all, you know, want to play for him, play at an elite level for him. And he's somebody that definitely models and shows the way of how to get things done.
One more, Khalil. Cool. Some of the catches you made tonight were ridiculous. Was there one in particular that stood out to you at all?
No, I mean, I don't make those plays without the O-line doing their job and Hank getting me the ball. So shout out to those guys right there. Really appreciate them. Really appreciate Hank trusting me to make those plays. So, you know, shout out to the front five and Hank doing their jobs on that.
Let's go to Will and then Rachel.
Piggybacking off that, if you could, what do you remember about your one-handed grab?
Hank trusted me to make the play. That's really the only thing. Remember the O-line blocking and everybody else doing their jobs to give me the opportunity to make the play. So like I said, really appreciate those guys.
What do you think of Hank tonight?
Hank is somebody that's grown tremendously over the years. And I think tonight that really showed. From getting the ball out faster, going through his read, his progressions, just making the right decisions is why we won tonight. He's somebody that we know he prepares at an elite level throughout the whole entire week. So when we go out there on game day, you know, what he does is just amazing. And I think tonight, you know, I feel like he hushed a couple of people up on you know, his gameplay. And I think he took that upon himself. He was like, hey, he told us every single day, I got something to prove. I got something to prove. And that mentality right there is dangerous. And I'm pretty sure tonight he showed why he's the top dude. And the preparation that he does is amazing. He went out there and played at an elite level tonight.
When your defense forces 6 turnovers, how much does that help the offense?
Tremendously. You know, from all that aside, it's a momentum swing. And, you know, football, the momentum towards a team, you know, really favors them a lot. When you got, you know, your defense making plays like that, it makes the offense go out there and, you know, gives us the opportunity to do what we do. You know, we call it the Valley of the Shred for a reason, and they're the Boneyard Boys for a reason, you know. And those guys, you know, they played their hearts out tonight. And, you know, I couldn't stop smiling. I think I had a smile every single second on my face tonight. Not only because of the way we played, but just because of how happy everybody was. And that just, there's nothing that beats that.
Okay.
Just for fun, Shaq, I'm going to show you this photo if I can. Oh, it won't work. Dang it. Oh, wait. Well, anyways, it's our photographer catching your one-handed catch.
I can see it a little bit.
You see it a little bit? It's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that you don't have to take some credit for that catch. All sticky glove or maybe a little bit on you.
That's all Hank. Hank getting me the ball. That's all Hank.
All right. I won't press you anymore. That's all I have for you.
There we go.
All right, Shaq, thanks for the time, man. Congrats. See you next week.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Go Jay, Ron, and BJ this time.
How's it going, JL?
How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How impressive was Oladipo tonight? And we heard that he got a few extra snaps or whatever in practice this week because of what was going on with Kekala. But for a true freshman to come in and do what he did, how impressive was Oladipo tonight?
Just being ready, whenever your name is called. We push our younger guys a lot during practice. So whenever situations like this do happen, they'll be ready. There's no drop off, there's no nerves or anything like that. They know they're ready and they're ready to go out and play. Same thing as Rodney. Rodney came in today, he had a day. So it's just really the way that they prepare. They really buy in and they really just love being around us, being around football. So I'm really impressed with those guys right now being able to just come step up and just play the way that they did.
Avalos was saying that just by the look in your eye, he could tell that you were ready for business today. What was it about this game, your prep, that obviously allowed you to come in and do what you did?
I'm just really working on myself, working on a process right now before every game to where I just know I'm locked in. Right now, I'm very focused on this game of football. I'm very focused in the film room, studying everybody, studying film and such like that. And I just, whenever the time is right, I'm just ready to go. I'm ready to go out, have fun. I know that I'm confident, and I know that the coaches have instilled that confidence in me, especially with the scheme. And I know my teammates are ready, so that just gets me off flowing. I just know it's ready to go, ready time to
go. You've played on defenses that struggle to create turnovers. That was not the case tonight. It seemed like everybody had one. When so many people are involved in creating turnovers, how much fun is it as a defense, and how much?
It's real fun because last year we didn't have many turnovers, so it just shows that we emphasize that as a whole unit, trying to create turnovers within spring ball or fall camp. So it's just really us practicing it every day in practice, trying to get a turnover every day in practice. So that way it comes easier in the game. So I just really love it because I played on a team where we had 3 turnovers in 1 year and we had 6 tonight, I believe. So, it's just really improving every week, improving every game, and just trying to find more ways to create more turnovers to get that ball back to the straight.
I saw the guys, they're struggling to count how many you had on the sideline. JL, appreciate your time, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
JL, early on in this game, it seemed like UTEP was kind of moving the ball up and down the field at will. But after that first quarter, you guys really clamped down, really shut them down. Did you guys make an adjustment, or what changed for you guys there?
We just settled down. First time being in front of fans for a very long time. So little thing, it was way more up tempo than we expected, just because the fans were there and it was just a great environment. So we just settled down. We started playing the way that we know how to play football and started making plays and started, doing our assignments the correct way, looking at everything the right way. So it was just really taking time for us to settle down.
And you mentioned the fans. I mean, it got pretty loud in here. What was it like hearing that for the first time in almost 2 years?
I loved it. I miss the fans, man. The fans make the game way better. Having the crowd there, as you guys can tell, the false starts got those guys jumping off a couple of times. So they just really have a big impact on this game, and I just love having them there.
Given everything you guys went through in the last year just to get on the field and then losing last week's game, how much did you guys need a performance like this just in terms of confidence and momentum going forward?
We didn't really need it for confidence. I say we just needed to do it to show everybody that we're the team that we say we are. We were, kind of down about that loss because we had it, but we just had to bounce back. Next week, new opponent. So we just came out and played football the way that we know we could play, and that's what happened today.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You mentioned the 3 turnovers last year. How tired were you of us asking about it? Of you guys thinking about it? I mean, all off season you had to think about that, and to have 8 now in 2 games. How much was that sitting with you guys all off season, only having 3?
It was just really a bad taste in our mouth, I'd say, for the DBs, especially because we wanted to create more turnovers, but we weren't doing them. So that's why we emphasized it so much during the offseason, just create turnovers, get the ball back to the offense. That way, whenever it came to the game and we saw the opportunity come, we'll be able to do those things and feel confident enough to do them.
And you guys aren't just getting them; you're also getting return yards. We saw obviously the pick 6 in the first game, but on most of the fumbles and interceptions tonight, you guys are just getting it and going and getting yards, not just being happy just taking the ball. What's the mindset when you guys get those turnovers to try to push?
We want to score. Every time we get a turnover, we want to score. That's what we should do, and that's what we want to do. Sometimes we don't get it, sometimes we do, but when we get a turnover, we want to score. So that's the first thing that comes to our mind. Everybody just stops what they're doing and goes out, start blocking. That's just really my mindset right now.
I know you don't know, much about the personnel and stuff, but Oklahoma State next week, first, Big 12 team to come in here in the regular season. It's going to be a sellout and stuff. I mean, what's the excitement level having a team like Oklahoma State coming into the blue next week?
You know, it's going to be really exciting to have a team from the Big 12, especially Oklahoma State, come in here. You know, great competition. But as of right now, we're just really focused on ourselves, getting ourselves right, learning from this last game, and just moving on, going to scout and just doing things the correct way, the right process. So we're not really thinking about that too much right now.
Right, Riley Wimpy went down with the targeting call, questionable call, obviously, but you're not going to have him for the first half next week. Not having a leader like that, Riley, in the middle, what's that going to do to the defense and the challenge of playing him without not him in the first half?
Of course, it's going to be different without having Riley. It's Riley Wimpy. Everybody knows who he is, but he's a great teammate, so he's going to make sure everybody's ready to go, everybody's locked in, and drop off. We have confidence in whoever's going to step up and fulfill his role for that first half. So I'm not really worried about it too much. He's going to be a great teammate, showing us what he sees off the field and such like that. So we're just going to be ready and just next man up, no drop off.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Go Rachel and Will.
Hey, JL, how are you?
Good, how are you?
My question, just kidding. I couldn't convince Shaq to bite on telling us a little bit about his 2 one-handed catches. If you can see that one, so tell us, why was he so good tonight with those couple of one-handed catches?
See, I don't know how he made a couple of them catches. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, but it's just Shaq. So sometimes Shaq just does what Shaq does. So I don't even have an explanation for that, but it's just Shaq. So yeah, I have no explanation for it. It's just Shaq. Thank you.
JL, how big was Steph Cobb's punt return for touchdown?
Well, that was great to see. I was excited to see Steph on that punt return touchdown. I told him he was gonna get one today, so I was excited to see that. I was going crazy on the sideline. He got out of there too. It reminded me of a little Avery Williams a little bit. So, I was excited to see the special teams come together, make a play for the team, make a play for the game. So that was just something that we emphasized this week also, and it came and it happened. So I'm just excited for him.
What did it mean to you guys to get Coach Avalos his first win as a head coach?
Say it again.
What did it mean to you guys to get Coach Avalos his first win as head coach?
Oh, it means a lot to us, man. We wanted to get him one last week, but we fell a little bit short. So this week we just wanted to get him another one and show him, that we're riding out for him any time of the day. And I love Coach Avalos. He's one of the best coaches I've ever had. So, I just want to do everything in my power to get him as many wins as possible. And this isn't the only one. He's going to have many, many more. So I'm just really excited for him. He's a great coach. He's a great person. And I just love playing for him.
Thanks, JL.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
JL, thanks very much.
All right. Appreciate you. You guys have a great night.
You too. Thanks.